Joe Rogan is a multi-talented individual. It turns out that creating a magnificent and luxurious mansion is only another achievement to add to his list of accomplishments. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Luxury Archetypes. In this video, we're going to take a look at Joe Rogan's $14 million house in Austin, Texas. Keep watching to see what it's like inside. Before we move on, press like and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get future updates. If you didn't know, Joe Rogan, the superstar podcaster, paid $14.4 million in an off-market purchase for a stunning lakeside piece of Austin real estate, making it one of the city's biggest transactions. That's roughly 4 times higher than the cost of his previous home, but Rogan can afford it. In May 2020, the podcast king signed a $100 million exclusive deal with Spotify, and his transfer to Austin will save him millions in taxes. Rogan's house in Austin, Texas is one of the most exclusive houses in the area. The mansion is 10,890 square feet with 8 bedrooms and 10 baths. The home is in a very desirable location, in a quiet neighborhood away from the hustle and bustle of the city center, but not too far from downtown to be an inconvenient drive. A spacious motor court links to a paved pathway that runs up to the house's front entrance on the property's front side. The home appears to be lit up at all hours of the day. The trees that line the access to the house come alive at night with some downlighting that directs visitors to the front door. Even though the front of the house is all glass, the secret garden entry makes it feel tucked away from the rest of the world. The entranceway's earlier beige walls are coated in shiplap, giving it a much more sophisticated appearance. That's not all though. Many of the mansion's rooms are also furnished with Eastern furniture. Joe Rogan is said to have a fondness for architecture and furniture, which makes the old Eastern piece the ideal complement to the home. Head up to the mezzanine overlooking the doorway if you want a better look at that antler-inspired chandelier. This is a great place to sit back and relax away from the rest of the world. Coming to the dining room, the walls and shelves are painted a matching deep blue. Water-themed decorations are also scattered across the dining room table. It's difficult to look past the enormous chandelier that hangs above the table, adding just the right amount of luxury to the room. The gold from the lights, combined with the gold around the chairs, offers a pop of color to the space. When Joe Rogan bought this Texan estate, one thing seemed to be at the top of his list. Everything had to be open plan. This is pretty ideal for anyone who enjoys spending time with their family or entertaining visitors. The library and the dining room have been combined and are no longer 2 separate spaces. This means you can sit and eat supper while remaining in the same room as the rest of the family when it's time to unwind with an excellent book afterwards. Is a gathering complete without a bar? The wooden bar is significantly lighter than the dark blue that floods the walls, making it more like the room's centerpiece. It's also on a raised platform to give the bar a bit more height. Because they currently live in Texas, the Rogan's can take advantage of the beautiful weather that the Lone Star State offers. Thankfully, the mansion has a solarium, so it's already ahead of the game. The several sitting spots found throughout Joe's new Texan mansion are one of the many highlights of the residence. These are great for someone like Joe, who likes to throw many parties. The dining room and the kitchen are 2 more areas that have merged. With all of the latest equipment and technology, the kitchen reflects many other aspects of the mansion. If you're a fan of Joe's, you've probably seen that he enjoys cooking and sharing his dishes with his followers on social media. But wait, there's more. Joe also has extra space to make dishes while chatting with guests because it has 2 islands parallel to one another in the kitchen. While perched on the edge of the lake, the kitchen offers everything many of us would expect to find in a farmhouse. After a long day, many of us can think of nothing better than climbing into bed. Joe has access to an exquisitely finished master bedroom with wood tones to bring warmth to the space. There's also a handcrafted wooden bed frame delicately tucked into the room's center. The bedroom is decorated in simple colors, which is exactly what most of us want in a relaxing space. There are 10 bathrooms in Joe Rogan's house, believe it or not. One of the most astonishing things about the property is the master bedroom's ensuite. Like most other rooms of the house, everything in this room fits the concept perfectly. One end of the bathroom has a wide glass wall that lets in lots of light. There are also armchairs for when you want some company in the bathroom, though we're not sure how often those are used. The room's entire left wall looks like it's made of frosted glass, but guess what's actually behind it? It's a large shower that's hidden away despite being a huge part of the space. The bathtub sits in front of a marble wall, complete with a decorative geometric shaped strip to act as a backsplash. The property also has its own gym, office, and a unique podcast studio where he talks about everything in his life and frequently invites famous special guests to appear on his show. Anyone that watches Rogan's podcast videos on YouTube will be familiar with this room. Because the mansion is located adjacent to the lake, Joe Rogan and his family can enjoy breathtaking water views from all rooms. Even though the mansion is smaller than the star's last home in California, the amount of glass that surrounds it means there are plenty of ways to make the space feel even bigger on the inside. This sunroom area is located on one end and features a large leather couch that takes up one half of the sitting space. The mansion's interior is magnificent enough on its own, but it's when you step outside that everything comes to life. Thanks to Joe's location on Lake Austin, he can enjoy more than 300 feet of water, offering few hiding places for nosy onlookers. To top it off, the home is located behind a private gated driveway, so no one can gain access without a valid reason. If you're thinking of getting out on the water, even that's been taken into consideration. The home comes with 2 garages and a carriage house that's large enough for a boat or RV. Now, what giant house would be complete without a party deck? The house comes with one where he can invite his neighbors, the billionaire John Paul DeJoria and Sandra Bullock too. The deck also has 2 boat slips if they want to get a little closer to the water. In the wide grassy backyard, Rogan's dogs, Marshall May, can run to his heart's content. A big saltwater pool was also installed on the property as part of a recent refurbishment. There's a solarium, as well as plenty of covered patio space to relax and chat with guests while avoiding the Texas sun's punishing heat. For the time being, Joe Rogan's experience appears to be worthy of a king. His real estate selections seem to have gone from lovely to luxury, thanks to the overcrowding of the Golden State and the laid-back vibes of the Lone Star State. Like we said, this house is quite the upgrade from his place in LA. Joe and his wife Jessica purchased the house in Bell Canyon for $2.33 million before moving to this lovely home. The Rogan's made a tidy $1.12 million profit when they sold it for $3.45 million in March 2021, after living there for 17 years. This home had 7,500 square feet of living area, 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and 2.14 acres. The California house also had a pool and a backyard deck, but it was nothing compared to their opulent Austin property. Regardless of where Rogan stays, he has no intention of stopping his podcast. The Chimp King will continue to provide us with the content we crave.